Axel, great to see you here. Speaking of OZ Insiders, you're an OZ Insiders member. You were at my Manhattan Beach dinner earlier this month. Great to see you out there and great to see you back here on OZ Pitch Day. How are you doing, Axel?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us. A big thank you for everything you do. I think the whole industry really appreciates it. And yeah, excited to share what we've been doing in the OZ space.
Absolutely. Well, I've got a video teed up for you, Axel. Let me know when you're ready for me to begin that. I'm not sure if you wanted to say any more remarks before I tee this up, though.
Yeah, I'll just kind of walk through, who we are and a little bit about what we do, and then we can share the video. That'd be great. So to those who don't know me, my name is Axel Adler, and I lead the Opportunity Zone team here at Centennial Advisors. So we're a commercial real estate brokerage out of Orange County, California, and we are the experts when it comes to captive net leased Opportunity Zone acquisitions. I remember 2 years ago, I was at the Novogradac conference in Washington, D.C., and that was where I met Jimmy. And there was a panel full of experts, and there was a question about the strategy. And the experts mentioned that they've only seen it done about once or twice. And since then, I've closed over $200 million worth of deals using this strategy. So we're kind of leading that space for sure. And I think the reason why we've been so successful is because our clients are attracted to 5 key attributes of this strategy. Number 1 is the fact that they can have total control over their investment decisions. Number 2 is they can have a selection of stable, long-term tenants, corporately backed tenants, even more important. The tenants are corporately backed and the leases are corporately backed. 3, the desire to realize immediate cash flow. I think one of the presenters was mentioning that it takes a while to get your money or to see some money in a larger development. Here we can, within a month you can get some cash flow. Number 4, the ability to acquire and operate brand new construction buildings with minimal effort. And then finally, owning in the golden opportunity zones across the country. So as Jimmy mentioned, there's a ton of wonderful acquisition opportunities out there. And we're going to share a couple of deals that we've done over the past year, actually. And yeah, you'll see a lot of those 5 attributes in those deals. So whenever you're ready, Jimmy, happy to get that started. Thanks.
Yeah, here we go. This is Axel's pre-recorded presentation, a little 7-minute video, and then he'll stick around for some Q&A. So please feel free to submit those questions in the Q&A app. I think you'll enjoy this video. I checked it out last night. It's awesome. So here we go. Without further ado, Axel.
In just 8 months, the preferred developer for Chipotle, who's delivered over 100 successful locations in recent years, will hand this site over to Chipotle to operate their business under a brand new 15-year lease. One of the things I hear about opportunity zones is that they're in rough areas, and that's fair. Some of them are. But what I love doing for my clients is finding the exceptions. We call them golden opportunity zones. These are the zones where national retailers are already thriving, the ones in prime retail corridors with high traffic counts, the ones with thousands of apartment units nearby where there is high demand and growth is visible. I specifically target areas next to universities because more often than not, students have no income. Tennessee has experienced explosive population growth over the past few years, especially in cities like Nashville and Knoxville, and that growth is spreading fast along the I-40 corridor. Right here, at the Genesis Road exit, Buc-ee's opened a massive 120 pump location in June 2022. Buc-ee's is aggressively expanding across the South. Retailers took notice. Directly across from Buc-ee's, several national brands secured locations to capitalize on the non-stop traffic this site now draws. Among them is Starbucks. With over 17,800 locations across the US and nearly 38,000 worldwide, Starbucks continues to be one of the most stable and sought-after tenants in commercial real estate. This is a textbook example of smart site selection: high traffic, high growth, and high visibility. What really helped our business grow was a client who understood how to combine bonus depreciation with opportunity zone investing, all in the same tax year. In 2022, he and his partner sold a company they built for over 20 years, facing an 8-figure tax bill. After working with their CPA, they realized that by acquiring bonus depreciation assets before year end, they could significantly offset that tax liability. But it was mid-December, so we had to move fast. We flew from Long Beach to West Lafayette, Indiana, and West Haven, Connecticut in one day. We closed on this caliber collision 8 days before Christmas and the 7-Eleven 2 days before the end of the year. When we set foot on this property in the middle of winter, all of this was dirt. But it was steps away from Purdue University and right next to the Purdue Research Park, a hub for innovation and technology companies. Surrounded by a new Mayors, which is a department store of the Midwest, and a Maynard's, the third largest hardware chain in the country, this is not your typical opportunity zone location. By combining bonus depreciation and opportunity zone, this client secured $3.7 million in year one depreciation, plus long-term tax-free growth and no depreciation recapture on the back end. That's the power of timing, strategy, and location. I'm sure many of you have read Only the Rich Can Play, written by David Wessel, published in 2021. The following extracts come from that book. Perhaps the most extensively documented case of alleged political favoritism came from Nevada, one of the last states to finalize its choices. The Story County tract encompassed a 165 square mile industrial park known as the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. Lance Gilman, a real estate developer with a stake in the trig, who was also a Story County commissioner, says that we'll see the fruits of our actions here in the next 4 to 5 years. But truly an incredible event to attract a lot of capital here in our economic development. Even before the OZ tax break was enacted, the trig had drawn millions of dollars in private investments. Alcoa, Golden Gate Petroleum, Google, Microsoft, Redwood Materials. The trig is also home to Tesla's Gigafactory, which makes batteries and motors in what Tesla claims will be the world's largest building. In the middle of this frenzy, companies like Rainfriend look at this and see that they have a long-term opportunity to be successful. For this last one, I want to introduce you to Penny and Tim. Penny is a registered nurse and Tim is a retired vet. They started looking at opportunity zones in 2018 at the top of a bank in Boise, Idaho, and a couple years later, they knew their capital gain event was imminent and joined Jimmy's summer pitch day event last year. They listened to all the other opportunities that they could invest in with tons of other investors in places that were uncomfortable to them. What they ended up doing was they acquired their own property with a very high quality tenant that was right around the corner from them. As first-time commercial real estate investors, they were really excited to be able to go see and touch their real estate. And most importantly, they knew that ultimately they were going to give it to their kids, and they wanted them to have something they have total control over. One of the things that we do, and that I know Penny and Tim really appreciated, is that we travel all over the country to meet with our clients, put eyes on the real estates our clients buy, and put eyes on the real estate that our clients do not buy. In the past couple years, I've been to Phoenix, Arizona, Rawlins, Wyoming, Statesboro, Georgia, Bryan, Texas, Edmond, Oklahoma, and many more. During our site tour on November 15th of last year, my mom happened to be visiting from Hong Kong, so I brought her along to see Idaho and meet Penny and Tim.
Great video presentation there, Axel. Looks like that particular client came to you through OZ Pitch Day, which is great to see. Well, tell us a little bit more, Axel. What else can you say about this presentation and about your golden opportunity strategy?
Yeah, the one thing I will mention is I see that Penny and Tim are also in the chat today, so love that. Big shout out to them. I'll come visit very soon. Yeah, I mean the what I'll kind of end with is our strategy isn't really for people who are looking to 1000x their investment. OZs have great benefits, but in most cases, it's you've already 1000x your previous investment. You've got a huge capital gain. You want something secure, safe, in a good location. You don't have to worry about it. And what I always tell my clients is that the real estate is the most important. The OZ tax benefits are great, but my expertise is picking the best located OZ deals so that even if the OZs weren't around, they would still want to buy it. And yeah, I mean, one special shout out is like bonus depreciation coming back for clients with large gains. Combining bonus depreciation with opportunity zones is pretty, it's a home run for sure.
Definitely. We actually just got a question about that from Brandon in the Q&A.
Okay.
He just, as you were saying that, he was typing, your video mentions bonus depreciation. How do you make bonus depreciation work with opportunity zones? Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, for sure. Great. That's funny. I guess the best way to answer it would be to share an example of one of the deals I did this year. So I think it might have been Blake mentioned that 100% bonus is going to be retroactive to January 19th. So this specific client sold some swim school businesses in California, had a large gain by 12 million bucks. And we closed on a under construction 7-Eleven in Phoenix, Arizona in March. So if this bill gets signed, he'll be within the time frame, he'll get 100% bonus. And what that means is that, long story short, and I can explain it if anyone is more interested, but you can depreciate about 80% of the entire purchase price. So he bought it for 11 million bucks. He's going to be able to write a paper loss for $8.8 million to offset the $12 million gain. So down the road, when he's supposed to pay taxes, he's going to pay taxes on the $3.2 million gain, not the 12. And that's if he only had, that's if he only bought that 7-Eleven. He's under contract on a car wash right now to basically create another paper loss of about 3.2 million bucks. And so we essentially wiped out his initial capital gains tax. And then he's got the tax-free appreciation. And the crazy one is the no depreciation recapture. So he's going to depreciate 3.288, what is it, like 13 million in depreciation that he can carry forward. He's going to pay no recapture on that as well, which is pretty significant for sure.
That's the huge one. No depreciation recapture tax on the back end. We've got quite a few comments in the chat. I don't know if we have any additional questions for you, but I'll just read out all these shout outs to you, Axel. Brad says, this is Brad Malotsky, says, great video, Axel, and super execution. Skylar says, love the video. Blake says, hello, Penny and Tim. Hannah says, excellent video, Axel. Penny says, great job, Axel. Hope to see you soon. Tim says, hello. Blake says, Axel's great to work with. Matthew says, awesome. Skylar chimes in, OZ plus bonus depreciation equals home run. I think that math checks out. Sue does have a question for you. He says, but then later we pay the taxes, question mark. So yes, there is a tax bill due on the initial gain still, but any gain from the subsequent opportunity zone investment, as long as you hold it for 10 years and you're compliant over that 10-year period, is tax-free, and there's no depreciation recapture tax either. Is that right?
That's correct. But if you buy a property that's bonus depreciation in the same year of your capital gain event, you've got $1 million capital gain, you create $1 million of depreciation. On your tax return, it says 0. So you don't pay any taxes in 2027 either.
Very good. Well, Axel, appreciate you joining us here today. Just checking the clock. We have run out of time and I need to move on to my next presenter. I've posted a link to your website, and I've also posted your email address in the chat. So if anybody is interested in this strategy, the Centennial Golden Opportunity Strategy, please do reach out to Axel. Axel, great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for supporting opportunityzones.com and OZ Pitch Day. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon, Jamie. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Axel.